Okay, today we're going to cover the Marksman BBs. And there was a lot of information and opinions out there how good they are. And I would say it is accurate. And they are good and accurate out of the Daisy platform. They do unfortunately have a reputation of jamming other guns from other companies, but we're not going to worry about other guns from other companies. They do great in the Daisy platform and took a lot of the troubles I had with this 1999 away, and they'll improve the buck, which is even more challenging with that little barrel to get accuracy. So we're going to go over the stats and the engineering of these little BBs and these guns. So as far as the 880, because I did bring it up on the title, I would prefer that for the 880 that you use lead balls. Okay, lead balls engage the rifling, and it is a rifle, and I would prefer that you use lead balls in the magazine. So pretty much, yes. Can you use those Marksmans 2 or 3 pumps? Yes. Is it the best thing to do with this gun? No, not when you can use lead balls and pellets at the same time with an 880. But now, so let's narrow it down to this, the daughter of the 880, the 1910. And she also does very well with the Marksman BBs and Black Diamond, but she's not very finicky at all because of the superior engineering, starting with how things work in the breech. And we're going to cover that now. Compared to how things work in the breech in these little springers, that can go as low as $15 if you shop carefully. I paid $27 for this one, and I'm happy. And for not making any serious modifications or changes and just using it stock, just choose your ammunition carefully. And for the little springer, I feel it's vital that you get the Marksmans. They are just so much more accurate. You get more hits, okay, fewer misses, and it was noticeable. My first 20 shots with these, when I had over 2,000 shots with Daisy BBs in this. Daisy BBs are good, but I just felt with this model that I wasn't getting the accuracy that I could. I did replace the fiber optic sight with a new one. There was a little loose up front, and that helped, but I still felt I could do better. I heard about the Marksman, and so I decided to try it. So let's go over that. So let's go over the engineering. Okay, so in your gun, here, let me set that aside for a second. In your gun, you have this BB on a magnet. Now in this is a loading rod to a single pump, so let's go over that. The reason I believe why it's superior, to me it's not an argument, why the single pumps are superior, especially to a basic little springer like that, is it rides centered on that magnet in the middle of your barrel. Okay, it's not contacting anything, it's just riding in the air, right in the middle of your barrel. And a puff of air when you pull that trigger shoots it, remarkably accurate up to 15 yards. 15 and 20 yards, these single pumps start to really outperform. Now let's look at the engineering using this still for that little springer. Okay, so for a Red Ryder and buck, and that one it's like this. You have a BB riding on a magnet at the bottom of your barrel. You have a shot tube coming across, and it's riding at the bottom of your barrel, and a metal straw hits it and knocks it off that magnet and shoots your gun along with a puff of air. So, but it's a different engineering. Now, I'm not going to say that's wrong, but what I can tell you just from head-to-head competitions, and especially at 15 and 20 yards, that those single pumps pull away, is that engineering of it being like this in a single pump, well, I just can see the results. So I really struggled with this 1999 to get any accuracy. And I, again, fixed the front sight. And once I tried these legendary Marksmans that people were talking about, so let's go ahead and go into the stats on these. Okay, so they're 176. Remember, the caliber is 177, so they're consistently 176, and they just shoot great. More hits, fewer misses. Be realistic. Some people make it sound like if you use this, your buck rifle turns into a 499. No, the 499 is a match rifle, and because you can get these little springers for as low as 15. I paid 27. I'm happy with my price. But so that means that a 499 is anywhere between 9 times and 5 times more expensive than these basic models. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this again, and we're going to talk about how this works. Okay, now when you're shooting BBs, if it's a little tiny BB like some brands, I don't want to get into some of the cheaper ones, they're 170, 172, they're very small, is on these little springers. So what you have is you have up, down, left, right, meaning you have more play. I'm exaggerating that, obviously. But that's what's going on in your barrel. With these Marksmans, because they are so big, they're 176 consistently, is what happens is that up, down motion, like that, gets a lot tighter. Instead of, it's just very little, and it's a lot tighter in your barrel, and you get more hits. Okay, I shoot at pop cans with three-dimensional targets. With these little springers, I don't bother shooting at paper. With pellets, I can do that with this guy. But it's a pop can killer, and I can tell you, with this in your barrel where it's just a little bit side to side, up and down, and so much tighter, the accuracy is noticeably improved. The first time I used on this, I used the first 20 shots, I could just tell right away. It wasn't even close. The Daisy BBs do well in other guns, but I truly believe for stock guns like this that you can get as low as $15, I'm happy with the price I got on this, 27. But bucks, 1999s, and Red Ryders that you make no changes to, not modifications or even enhancements of any type. This is the simplest thing you can do to give yourself really, really good accuracy in these little springers, and that's what I'm promoting this for. And no, I don't work for Marksman, but I really believe that what I heard is true. I've tested it. These things are accurate. And I'll provide the information. Unfortunately, they're not cheap for BBs, but they're worth it. Please don't reuse them because they're so big. That is going to guarantee a jam if you pick them off the ground. Don't reuse them, please. But they work great in Daisy guns. So please consider getting Marksmans for your little springers. And it works great. For my Red Ryder that has a metal lever and it's shooting great, I'm going to go ahead and just use Daisy BBs for that because there's no problems. This one now I feel I'm so much happier with the accuracy, and I give it all to Marksman. Okay, thank you.